Hello friends, illustration 1.
Estimate the average drift speed of conduction electrons in copper wire of cross section area 1 into 10 raised to minus 7 meters square. Carrying current of 1.5 ampere. Assume that the copper atom contributes roughly 1 conduction electron. The density of copper is 9 into 10 raised to 3 kg per meter cube. And the atomic mass is 63.58. So here friends, the value of area is given 1 into 10 raised to minus 7.
So area 1 into 10 raised to minus 7. So 10 raised to minus 7 meters square. Current is given 1.5
ampere. Then here the density of copper is given, that is rho 9 into 10 raised to
3. So rho 9 into 10 raised to 3 kilogram per meter cube.
And the atomic mass is given m 63.5.
So m 63.5 U. So 10 raised to minus 3 kilogram.
Right. Now compare the drift speed obtained above with first thermal speed of copper atom at ordinary temperature and second speed of propagation of electric field along the conductor which causes the drift motion.
So here first of all we have to find out the drift velocity,
and we have to compare this drift velocity with the thermal speed and the speed of propagation of electric field.
So first of all we have to find out the drift speed, or we can say drift velocity. So we already proved the equation of drift velocity. J is equals to NEVD, but J is equals to I by A. So we can write here I is equals to NEVD into A. Right? Here we have to find out drift velocity Vd. So Vd is equals to I by NEA. Number 1. Because here we know the value of I, small e and A. We don't know the value of n. Right? So we know that small n is equals to capital N upon V. Right? But here total number we know that is Avogadro number. Volume, here we don't know the value of volume, but we know that the value of density rho, and we know that density is equals to mass by volume. So here we multiply this equation by m and divide it by m. So here m by v, that is rho, right? So here we multiply and divide this equation n by v with m. So n by m into m by v. But m by v is rho. So but mass by volume, that is rho. So small n is equals to capital N upon m into rho. Right? So here we put the value of n in equation 1. So from equation 1 we get Vd is equals to I upon value of n, that is n rho divided by m into EA. Right? So Vd is equals to value of I, that is 1.5, mass 63.5 into 10 raised to minus 3, Avogadro number 6.02 into 10 raised to 23, density 9 into 10 raised to 3, E 1.6 into 10 raised to minus 19, and we know the value of area, that is 10 raised to minus 7.
Right. So now if you solve this, then you get drift velocity Vd is equals to 1.09 into 10 raised to minus 3 meter per second. Right. So this is the drift velocity. Right? What we do? So we use the simple equation I is equals to NEVDA. We formulate Vd, so I by NEA.
Here we don't know the value of small n, that is number density, but we know the formula. Small n is equals to capital N upon V. Here density is given, so here we multiply this equation and divide this equation, multiply and divide it by small n. So n by n into n by v, but mass by volume, that is rho. So small n is equals to n rho by n. Here we put this equation into equation number 1. So we get Vd is equals to Im upon n rho Ea. Right? If you put these values, then we get the value of drift velocity.
Now here we have to find out the thermal speed,
and we already know the formula of thermal speed because we already discussed about this concept in standard 11, and we know that thermal speed V is equals to under root of 3 kBT by m, right, where kB is Boltzmann constant, T temperature, and this mass small m is mass of one atom, right? So here total mass is given 63.5 into 10 raised to minus 3, but here we have to find out the mass of single atom. So small m is equals to capital N by Na. So here m 63.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by Na, 6.02 into 10 raised to 23. This is as it is, right? So here we know the value of small m. Now here from this equation V is equals to under root of 3 as it is, kB Boltzmann's constant, 1.38 into 10 raised to minus 23, temperature 300, right? Now m, that is 63.5 into 10 raised to minus 3 upon, this goes to numerator, 6.02 into 10 raised to 23, right?
Now if you solve this, then you will get this speed is 343.
V is equals to 343 meter per second, right? So the thermal speed is 343 meter per second.
Now we have to compare these speeds, drift velocity and thermal speed.
So here we take the ratio of Vd by V. So Vd is 1.098 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by 343. So we get Vd is equals to,
if you take the ratio of this, then you will get 3.2 into 10 raised to
minus 6V, right? So this is the comparison between drift velocity and this thermal speed, right?
Now in third case, we have to find out speed of propagation of electric field along the conductor which causes the drift motion.
So here we have to compare the drift speed with the
speed of propagation of
electric field, and we know that the speed of propagation is 3 into 10 raised to 8, which will be speed of vacuum, right? So in second case, this is the first case and this is second, we have to compare Vd by C. We know the value of Vd 1.098 into 10 raised to minus 3 divided by C, that is 3 into 10 raised to 8, right? So here if we take the ratio of this, then we will get Vd is equals to 3.6 into 10 raised to minus 12 C, right? So this is the comparison between Vd and V and Vd and C, right? So this is very easy example, but you have to know the formula, right? So these are the simple formulas. This formula we studied in standard 12 and this formula we studied in standard 11, right? So if you know the formula, then you can easily calculate
any example. Okay, now we move forward to our next example, which is example number, yes, 11.
See friends, example number 11.
Now here a storage battery of EMF 8 watt.
So EMF is given, EMF E is equals to 8 watt.
And internal resistance 0.5 ohm is being charged by 120 watt DC supply using a series resistor of 15.5 ohm.
So here charging will be there,
And the internal resistance is given, which is small r.
0.5 ohm.
Next, being charged by 120 watt
DC supply. So here V is equals to 120 watt, that is
DC supply, and having resistance of
15.5 ohm.
right. Then what is the terminal voltage of battery during charging? And what is the purpose of having a series resistor in the charging current, charging circuit?
So friends, we already know that we use a resistor to limit the charging current, right? We already discussed this
Concept. Now here we have to find out the terminal voltage of a battery during charging.
So here we have to find out terminal voltage, that is V dash, and we know that for charging the equation will be terminal voltage is equals to E plus IR, but here we don't know the value of current. So first of all, to find out terminal voltage we have to find out current, right? So the formula of current during charging is I is equals to V minus E upon capital R plus small r. Friends, you have to remember this formula, right? During the process of charging, current will be V minus E upon capital R plus small r. You have to remember this. Okay. Now I is equals to value of V, that is 120 minus EMF 8 upon capital R 15.5, small r 0.5. So here this is 112 upon 16, right? So if you take the ratio, then you will get I is equals to 7 ampere, right? Now we have to find out the terminal voltage during charging. So V dash is equals to E plus IR. So EMF is 8 plus value of I 7, internal resistance, that is 0.5. So 8 plus 3.5. So terminal voltage is V dash is equals to 11.5 watt, right? So here in this example we have to find out the terminal voltage during charging. So we know that terminal voltage V is equals to E plus I, but to find out the value of current during charging, so we use the formula I is equals to V minus E upon capital R plus small r, right? So you have to remember this formula, friends. Current during charging is given by I is equals to V minus E upon capital R plus small r, right? Friends, you have to remember this formula. Okay. Now we move forward to our next example. Now our next example is in illustration, but first of all we recall the formula. We know that, friends, in series operation or we can say in series connection of resistors, the equivalent resistance will be R equivalent is equals to R1 plus R2 up to so on Rn, right? And in parallel connection, we know that equivalent resistance will be 1 by R equivalent is equals to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2 plus 1 by R3 up to so on, right? And we know the formula, or we can say the equation of Ohm's law, that is V is equals to I R. And for parallel connection, V will be same, right? And for series connection, current will be same, right? So we know this concept. So by using it, we discuss our next example, which is illustration number 5. Right?
See friends, a network of resistor is connected to 16-volt battery with an internal resistance of 1 ohm as shown in figure. Compute the equivalent resistance of network. Second, obtain the current in each resistor. And third one, obtain the voltage drops VAB, VBC and VCD. Right?
So here the circuit will be like this. This is the first resistor, this is second, like this is 4 ohm, this is also 4 ohm, then 1 ohm, 1 ohm, and again there is another 2 resistors are like this. This one is 12 ohm and 6 ohm. This is 12 ohm and this is 6 ohm. Right. And this is connected by 16-volt battery. Like this, here the battery 16 volt and having internal resistance is 1 ohm. Right, like this. A, B, C, and D. Okay, this is point A. This is B. This is C. And this is D. Right. So here, friends, we have to find out the equivalent resistance. So here, this is first resistor. So here we assume this is R1. This is R2. This is R3. This will be R4 and this will be R5. Right. Now here, the current flowing from this R1 is, we denoted this total current I. Current flowing from R1 is I1, from I2, I2, from I3, this is I3, for R4, this is I4, and for R5, this is I5. So here in this example, we have to find out
the equivalent resistance, then second, current in each resistor, and we have to find out the voltage drop between VAB, VBC and VCD.
So first of all, we have to find out the equivalent resistance. So R equivalent will be, here see friends, this R1 and R2 are in parallel, then this R3 will be in series and this R4 and R5 are in parallel. Now we know that if there will be parallel connection, then equivalent resistance will be R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2. Right, we already proved that, because for parallel connection we know that R equivalent is equals to 1 upon R1 plus 1 upon R2. So here we take R1 R2 LCM. So here R1 plus R2. So we know that R equivalent is equals to R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, right? So we already know this concept, right? If there is parallel connection of two resistors, then equivalent resistance will be, first of all, in numerator there will be multiplication of two resistors, and in denominator you have to add this resistance, right? So R equivalent is equal to, here R1 and R2 are in parallel, so equivalent resistance will be R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, right? This is for R1 R2. Now this R3 will be in series, so in series plus R3 plus, now see here friends, R4 and R5 are in parallel. So R4 and R5 are in parallel. So equivalent resistance will be, first of all, you have to do the multiplication of resistance in numerator. So R4 into R5. Into denominator you have to add the resistors. So R4 plus R5. Right. Now we already know the value of R1, R2, R3, R4 and R5. So here we put the value of the resistance. So R1 is 4 into 4 upon R1 plus R2. So 4 plus 4 plus value of R3 1 plus value of R4, that is 12 into value of R5 6 upon 12 plus 6. So here 4 into 4, this is 16 by 8 plus 1 plus 72 by 18, right? So R equivalent will be 2 plus 1 plus 4, so equivalent resistance will be 7, right? So this is the equivalent resistance, right? Again this R1 R2 in parallel, so R1 R2 upon R1 plus R2, R3 will be in series, so plus R3 plus this R4 and R5 are in parallel, so R4 into R5 upon R4 plus R5, and these all are in series, so here plus, right? Now we have to find out the current in each resistor. So first of all we have to find out the total current. So we know the formula, I is equals to, here we know the formula, I is equals to EMF upon small r plus capital R. So EMF will be 16 upon capital R, that is equivalent resistance 7 plus small r will be internal resistance 1. So 16 by 7 plus 1, that is 8. So current will be 16 by 8, so 2 ampere, right? So here the total current will be 2 ampere, right? Now we have to find out the value of current in each resistor, right? So to find out the value of current in each resistor, so first of all we have to find out current I1 which is flowing from R1. But see here friends, here at point A total current is I, and this I will be distributed into the two parts. So we can write that here I is equals to I1 plus I2. Why? Because this total current I will be distributed into these two parts. So we know the value of I. Value of I is 2. So I1 plus I2 is equals to 2. This is equation number 1. Right. Now we know that for parallel operation of resistor, the potential V will be same, and if V will be same, then potential of R1, that is V1, and potential of R2 V2 will be same, right? Because we know that in parallel connection voltage will be same. So here in parallel connection voltage will be same, so V1 is equals to V2, but we know that V is equals to I. So V1 is I1 R1 is equals to V2 means I2 R2. Here R1 and R2 are 4 4, right? So value of R1 is 4, so 4I1 is equals to R2 4, so 4I2, so these 4 cancel, so I1 is equals to I2, that is number 2. So here the value of current I1 and I2 are same. So here from equation number 1 and 2, from 1 and 2, we can write that instead of I1 we can write I2, so I2 plus I2, that is 2I2, so 2I2 is equals to 2, so I2 is equals to I1 is equals to 1 ampere, right? Because 2 by 2 that is 1, and here current I1 and I2 are same, so current flowing from R1 and R2 will be 1 ampere, right? Again friends, see here at point A total current is I, which is divided into the two parts. So I is equals to I1 plus I2, but we know the value of I, that is 2, so I1 plus I2 is equals to 2. But here these resistors are in parallel, so we know that for parallel connection voltage will be same, so V1 is equals to V2, so we know that V is equals to I1. So instead of V1 we can write I1 R1 is equals to V2 I2 R2. But value of R1 and I2 are 4 ohm. So 4I1 is equals to 4I2. 4 cancel. So I1 is equals to I2. So from equation 1 and 2 we can write I2 instead of I1. So I2 plus I2 is equals to 2. So 2I2 is equals to 2. So current I2 will be 1 ampere. So I1 will be also 1 ampere. Because I1 and I2 are same. Now here, then I3. So here this resistor are in series, and we know that for series connection current will be same, right? So I3 is equals to I is equals to 2 ampere, right? So current flowing from resistor 3 R3 will be 2 ampere. Then we have to find out current for R4 and R5. Again friends, here total current is I, and this current is divided into two parts, I4 and I5. So again from the figure, I is equals to I4 plus I5. So we can write that I4 plus I5 is equals to 2, that is equation number 3. Now this R4 and R5 are in parallel connection, and we know that in parallel connection voltage will be same. So for resistor 4 V4 and for 5 V5, so V4 is equals to V5, but we know that V is equals to IR, so V4 is I4 R4 is equals to V5, that is I5 R5. But we know that the value of R4 is 12 and value of R5 is 6. So here value of R4 12 I4 is equals to value of R5, that is 6 I5. So this is 6 into 2 12. So I5 is equals to 2 I4. This is the relation between I5 and I4. This is equation number 4. Now we put the value of equation number 4 into 3. So from equation 3 and 4, I4 as it is plus value of I5 2I4 is equals to 2. So here 2 plus 1, so 2 plus 1, that is 3, right? So 3I4 is equals to 2, so I4 is equals to 2 by 3 ampere, right? We have to find out I5 also. So I5 is equals to 2 into I4. So 2 into I4. So I5 is equals to 2I4. That is 2 into 2 by 3. So I5 is equals to 4 by 3 ampere. Right? So these are the currents which are passing from R1, R2, R3, R4 and I5. Now in third case, we have to find out the voltage drop between VAB, that means A and B, then B and C, and C and D, right? So here we have to find out voltage drop between A and B. So first of all, VAB. So we know that the formula of voltage is V is equals to IR. So VAB is equals to I into RAB. So we know that the value of current will be 2 and RAB. So resistance between A and B. So this 4 and 4 are in parallel. So this 4 are in parallel. So 4 into 4 upon 4 by 4. So 16 by 8. So 2. So equivalent resistance between A and B is 2. We already calculate this. So 2 into 2, that is 4 volt. Then VBC. So I into RBC. Value of I 2 into value of RBC. That is the resistance between B to C, that is 1. So here 1. So 2 into 1, that is 2 volt. Right? Now we have to find out the voltage drop between C and D. So I R C D. So 2 into RCD, equivalent resistance between C and D, 12, 6. So 12 into 6 upon 12 plus 6, that is 72 by 18. So 4. So this equivalent resistance will be 4. So 2 into 4, 8 volt. Right? So voltage drop between A and B is 4 volt, between B and C is 2 volt, and C and D is 8 volt. So here, if we calculate total voltage drop, so here this will be 4 plus 2, that is 6, and 6 plus 8, that is 14 volt. Right? So here see friends, EMF will be 16 volt, and here the voltage drop will be 14 volt. So here what about 2 volt, because here in input total voltage is 16 volt, right? And the voltage drop will be, total voltage drop will be 14. So in circuit there will be a drop of voltage. How much? So 16 minus 14. So total voltage drop in this circuit will be 2 volt, right? So this is the illustration number 5. Right? And to calculate this illustration, you have to know the formula of series and parallel connection of resistor, so you can easily calculate this sum. Okay.